Hi people, it's William here. And what am I talking about today? 3 unproductive African habits. I think these are the kinds of questions which teachers should put forward to students in classes from primary level up to university level. Why am I saying this? Our syllabi in our African education systems are now full of things that are outdated, abstract concepts, things that are not real or that are not practical to the current problems. These things are churning out. These are school programs or this content that is there is churning out people who are not able to solve problems practically, but people would theorize because that's what they are taught. Somebody can argue that these our syllabi will train people, or will argue that even though the concepts might be abstract, but they will train someone to think critically and to think in a way that will solve problems. But the problem is this: when the mind is exposed to shortcuts, it quickly adopts them. It is good to try and approach things from a wholesome approach, to try and do a complete approach to things. Because when you expose, like in this case, students to abstract theories, things that are not real to the problem, you end up churning out people who theorize instead of people who are practical to the problems that are currently there. You end up producing people who are not practical, people who do not take action, people who are educated but no good, people who only wait for somebody to create employment for them and do not take action to solve problems. So I think the syllabi should be revised, and students should be taught things that are practical to the times, things that are appropriate for the times, appropriate for the current problems, not things that are outdated, not abstract concepts, not theories. Otherwise the mind will quickly adopt that and will be no good. People who have got a lot of content inside their heads but can't produce the practice that is required to solve the problems that are there. So think questions like this and others like, how can Africa be awakened from its sleep? Or why is it that, how does it happen that people work so hard in their lives but yet they remain mediocre, or they don't improve in their lives? Questions like that. And enthusiastic students should raise their hands and answer such questions because they are being taught along those lines. Those are the kinds of things that should be taught in schools. We need to have motivated teachers who are willing to go beyond the syllabi, who are able to pass zeal and enthusiasm to create a generation of people who are practical, people who solve problems.